Welcome everyone to 60 Seconds. Now, I'm gonna have to ask you a real question here. Have you ever wanted to be a part of a nuclear apocalypse? Have you ever played a game like Fallout or Metro? Have you ever simply wanted to just start a family and hopefully not get blown up? Well, this is the game for you then. To give you a brief synopsis, we are going to try to survive the nuclear fallout with our family and attempt to not get destroyed, not get killed, not starve to death, not die from infection, pretty much not to die in any way. So, without further ado, let's start the game. Let's go classic, shall we? So this raises an interesting question. Atomic drill, apocalypse, scavenge, or survival? Let's start with atomic drill. Learn all about how to scavenge and survive in the event of a nuclear apocalypse. This tutorial is 100% approved by the establishment. Let's go then. Day 1. Oh, look at us. We are just the happiest family, aren't we? You made it to the shelter. Congratulations. But the drill's not over yet. You'll end up here with whatever and whoever you brought with you. Nothing else. You'll need to make the most of it. The next few days will teach you how to survive down here while the world outside burns. Explore and interact with your surroundings. You can always find out useful things about your shelter and its inhabitants when your survival journal is not opened yet or hidden. Excellent. First things first, we must ration food and water. If you don't, wine and dine yourself and the folks you brought with you. You can bet your bottom dollar none of you will ever see the light of day again. As long as you have food and water available, ration it out to a given person by selecting a picture of a can or bottle under their portrait, or instantly ration out both by clicking on the character's image. Of course, you might save your supplies for later, but a normal person can only survive 4 days without water. As to food, the longer you deny your people rations, the weaker they will get and might eventually get sick. Even if you manage to cure them, it will take you quite a few cans and a lot of time to replenish their strength. Okay. That being said, we have a lot of food, not quite so much in the way of water. I'm gonna hold off for the first day, just on the off chance that we need to do things later on with those supplies. They did say that we don't get any more, and in the event of, a nuclear attack, I can't send them out just yet into the wasteland because there's too much destruction, still a lot of looting, a lot of radiation, so we're gonna hold off for a second. Since this is your first day down here, you'll need to get used to your surroundings. Believe me, ventilation hum can drive anyone nuts if you don't occupy yourself with something to do. Get some decent rest, and we'll carry on tomorrow. Nighty-night. Day 2. Oh, look at my sick 5 o'clock shadow. Let's do this. Good morning, survivalists. Hope you slept well. Bed's comfy enough? Comfy enough? No? Well, better get used to it, since you'll be staying here for a while. We'll start today's activities with rationing, since you need to do it every day. And after that, we'll move on to something else. Got your attention? Good. Now listen. There is a risk you will run out of supplies eventually. Everything can be useful, but food and water are critical. Sorry. Food and water are critical to your survival. If they're gone, you will be gone sooner than you can say corn dog. I could go for a corn dog right about now. I'm not the biggest fan of tomato soup. So sometimes you will need to send people to the service to bring in more supplies. You do this by preparing an expedition a day before it actually departs. Be careful though, tired survivors can never be a part of an expedition. Today, we will skip preparations and jump directly into sending someone brave outside. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. Despite the dire circumstances, and all the trouble we are going through, Timmy is being very brave. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it'll stay this way. Ted is fine. Alright, if we're sending someone on an expedition, then I'm definitely going to pick Ted, the family man. So, I'm going to give you some food. Sending people out into the wasteland is no walk in the park. Do it too early or without a gas mask, then you can bet it's a suicide mission for them. Send healthy and well-fed people. Sick, hurt, or crazed people are more likely to perish out there. You can send one person at a time. Let's give it a try. This time, you will need to send someone out, but if you ever want to skip a trip to the surface, don't select anyone. Alright, Ted, this might kill you, but head on out there, my dude. Day 3. This is a drill, so your explorer will come back after a little while, but in the event of a real apocalypse, they might be gone for a couple of days. In the meantime, you'll be faced with other problems that'll test you to the limits. I'm talking about making decisions that can break even the best of men's moral spine. We'll see what clay you're made of, but first, ration your food and water. We don't want anyone starving now, do we? Everyone has to drink sometimes. Including Mary Jane. Is there any water left? Some water for Timmy would be nice. Dolores will not last long without water. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Okay, I'm giving everyone food and water. I'm an army man, so I don't know a second thing about imagination, but you could probably see yours now. Picture this scenario. You come across your kid's hamster, who in some bizarre way found its way into the shelter. The kids are obviously going to love it, and so will you. There's nothing better than food that comes to you on its own. Now it's up to you. Do you cook him? Hell yeah, we cook him! It's free food. I mean, I'd prefer a salmon myself, but I mean, I know it's not the same for everyone. Good choice. Everyone had a bite, and fresh meat will not be as easy to come by in the days ahead. And apparently my kids had no compunction when it came to murdering and eating our childhood pet. Best to take any chance you can get to eat. Believe me, you will find yourself and your family in much more dire circumstances than this. And there won't be a hamster around to save your ass. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Timmy's on his best behavior. How long will it last? Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Okay, so I'm going to hold off on supplies for today. You might be faced with decisions that require you to use your equipment. However, sometimes you might find you don't have the one item that was supposed to save the day. So make sure you scavenge the right supplies before the blast. Keep in mind, every item can be used for something. What do you want to do today? Clean the rifle, listen to the radio, or maybe play Shadow Bunny using your flashlight. Okay. So here's my thinking. I don't have a flashlight. I have a gun, and cleaning the gun might make it more durable, or might make it fire more efficiently in case we get attacked. But I also have an axe in the corner, and I presume that can be used for the same purpose. And the radio, I think, is the only way I can get in contact with the military. Because I don't see any other way aside from leaving the bunker and searching for a military outpost to get any info from the outside world. So I have to prioritize the radio. But it said listen to the radio, which confuses me. I'm gonna clean the rifle. That seems to be the only kind of maintenance thing. Alright, day 5. Hey, Ted's back. Oh, what happened to you? Good thinking. Keeping your weapons in working order is your #1 priority. Remember, even if they do get damaged, you might be able to repair them with some good old-fashioned American engineering. And maybe some chewing gum and a shoelace. Good news, everyone. Sorry, good news, everyone. The expedition is back. Sometimes they'll return with extra supplies. Sometimes they won't. Other times they'll come back with a nasty injury or even radiation sickness. Believe me, you don't want to get those. I think Ted got us some more soup. Right down here. Once I've been not paying attention to this little corner. I hear glowing in the dark isn't as fun as it sounds. This time your explorer was hurt, but they will recover after your people use a first aid. After the proper use of a first aid kit. You can use one during rationing. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. We were cautiously exploring the neighborhood when we got cornered by a scary-looking thug with a shotgun. The odds weren't in our favor until a crate fell out of the sky and dropped us right down on the bandit. Excellent timing, government aid. A food drop. That's what we needed. What did they drop this time? Bread? Cheese? Meat? Chocolate? No. Tomato soup cans. Hooray. Oh, I got 2 of them. Okay, good enough. Someone forgot to fill the water crate with something to soften the fall. As a result, most of the bottles were shattered. Luckily, a few of them survived. That should be enough to keep us going for a bit. Hey, 2 bottles. Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble today, and no trouble dared to cross her path. Despite the dire circumstances we all had, and all the trouble we are going through, Timmy is being very brave. If there was anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been. It would have been written. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted was hurt. Ted is really tired. Okay. First aid. Food, and food. So we've almost broken even. In fact, we have 1 more soup can than we actually started with. So we're all right. It was a full day. It's almost been a full week, and we haven't died yet. So nice. You need at least 1 alive adult to keep going. If you send your only survivor to the surface, you won't know what's happening in your bunker until they come back. And when they do, your shelter might already belong to someone else. A decent padlock may protect it, but not for long. And I don't have a padlock because I forgot to pick it up. Oh no. This was a busy day. Take your time to get some sleep. If you made it this far, you're doing great and have a chance at getting out of this foxhole. Hopefully soon, but don't quote me on that. All thumbs. There we go. Okay, day 6. We've only just sent someone outside, but let's give it another go today, shall we? The first time you were only asked to pick one unlucky, one brave volunteer to save the day. Gotta make sure you don't get demonetized. This time you will also get a chance to equip your explorer with some useful gear, feed your troops, and I'll see you at the shelter entrance. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Dolores is fine and well, as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny shelter. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted's injuries are all fixed. Here's the question. Can I send Ted out on an expedition again? Better safe than sorry. I'm going to feed Ted, fully equip Dolores, and I'm going to send Dolores out on the expedition. That way Ted, as an adult, is still in the shelter, and I still have Mary Jane and Timmy to use as explorers for the next 2 rounds. Anything can be useful outside, and some items even improve scavengers' chances of survival. Notice you have a suitcase that's handy. With a suitcase your explorer can carry more. Go ahead, pick something. What do you want to take outside? Suitcase. Hatchet. Or fireman's axe. That should be good. Hopefully there's no problems. And boom. Day 7. Morning, people. You're probably asking yourself one simple question. What's the point of sitting in this atomic shelter? Why don't I just leave? Leaving is a death sentence. If the radioactive sickness doesn't kill you, then the giant scorpions will. Giant scorpions? What? That's a thing? Do not want to run into any of those. Ugh, gross. You can trust me on that. I certainly trust you, buddy. Your one chance is our boys arriving to rescue you. So every good citizen needs to do one thing. Seek contact with the U.S. military and await a rescue. Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble today, and no trouble dared to cross her path. Again. Timmy is on his best behavior. How long will it last? Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. The equipment she's using is the fireman's axe and the attaché. Ted's stomach is rumbling. He really got dealt a bad hands coming back. Oh, no. The rescue ain't coming today, but will come and get you eventually. You need to keep your radio operational and be ready to venture into the wastes. However, you also need to be careful. It might not be only our soldiers out there. There could be bandits, or worse, commies. Just imagine what will happen if the Reds discover you. So let's agree to the rules for this drill. You only open the door, this door, if someone knocks 2 times. Am I clear? 2 knocks. Okay. Cool. 2 knocks. Hey, Dolores is back. You'll need to remember that some days will be very intense. A lot of things will happen that you'll need to be prepared for. That's why any day that gives you a break is a blessing, and you'll need to make sure you make the most of it. Eat, drink, and relax while thinking about all those commie bastards who don't have comfy bunkers like you. Yeah! Darn those terrible communists with their... What do communists have? Think, Teddy. Think. Communism. Yeah, that totally works. Communism or communism. That thought always gets me through the day. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. I got my suitcase back. And not my fireman's axe. On the edge of town, there used to be a big parking lot. Now it looks more like a junkyard. Most vehicles are completely wrecked or burned down. We figured it was still worth checking out. Under the burnt remains of a picnic table, we found some bottled water. Those bottles were not in the best state, but their contents looked perfectly drinkable. Okay, so 2 water. It seems like the bomb interrupted someone's picnic. Thankfully, they were big fans of tomato soup, and the ingredients were the indestructible cans were scattered all around the parking lot. Plus 2. We returned from the expedition, but our axe didn't make it. Can you spare some water? Mary Jane has been asking about it all day. Timmy has been talking about nothing other than water. You should drink some. If there was anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. Ted should drink something soon. Excellent. We're all getting everything. Okay, so that should... Hopefully everyone's satisfied. I think Ted doesn't... Wait, did Ted... Okay. Ted's finally out of the hunger zone, so... Hopefully now everyone's okay? As long as you keep your shelter stocked and remain cautious, you should be okay. However, every choice you make may come back to bite you on the ass, even after a few days or weeks. Consider your options carefully. This is a drill, but if the nukes start dropping, it'll be a totally different story. Does it seem like we have fewer supplies than when Dolores got back? Maybe I'm just being paranoid. If I were you, I'd check the door. Our extraction team might be coming for you any day now, but be careful. This is a post-apocalyptic scenario, and you never know what's coming. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. Like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best of the situation. He even seems cheerful. If there's anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. Man, Dolores, you need a good day. Ted is not complaining, today at least, not very much. So, okay, so we should be good to skip a day then, right? Because no one's complaining, we're all fine. Someone at the door. You can hear several knocks. If you listen closely, you can make out sequences of 3 knocks. As you open the door. No, it said 2 knocks. Good call, that wasn't the knock you were waiting for. Caution at all times, remember that. Be cautious, apply yourself, and maybe you and your family will be just fine. Or at least, most of you. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. Despite the dire circumstances and all the trouble we are going through, Timmy is being very brave. Dolores is fine and well, as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny shelter. No new problems are troubling Ted this fine morning. Excellent! So we can go another day, hopefully. As you are counting imaginary sheep in your head, another series of knocks broke your concentration. Someone is really hammering on the door and probably not taking no for an answer. 2 knocks, 2 knocks. Pattern keeps repeating. You open the door, 2 knocks? Yeah, sure. 2 knocks. I'm armed and dangerous, sir. Do not... never mind, then. Good job. You're safe and sound with our brave soldiers. And now we can all have some apple pie. You deserve it. Please, anything that isn't tomato soup. It's been almost 2 weeks. I never want to see tomato soup again. You can now go back to your lovely house and continue your idyllic lives. If any atomic trouble comes your way, you know what to do and how to save yourself. I do hope it never comes to this, but if it does, good luck. See you when all this blows over. We survived for 11 days. Day 5, you received government aid. Day 8, atomic junkyard. Day 11, successfully passed the drill. Awesome! Excellent. Well, we managed to survive. Now, again, it was the atomic drill. So I figure next time around, we will tackle Apocalypse. And I do know that there are, I believe there's 3 levels of difficulty. So we will do that on the second installment of 60 Seconds. But without further ado, roll the outro. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like or a comment down in the comment section below. And why not subscribe and join the Cub Collective today? And if you have a friend or family member that you think might enjoy my content, feel free to recommend me to them. That being said, I want to thank you all again, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye for now.